Hello everyone and welcome back to MMA Lad. In today's news, Robert Whittaker thinks Gene Silva wasn't even trying versus Bryce Mitchell. Gene Silva just keeps gaining more and more believers. Robert Whittaker watched him dismantle Bryce Mitchell and couldn't believe how easy he made it look. Here is how Whittaker described Silva's energy perfectly.
It looked like Silva was just, for one, Silva's crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Like proper crazy. Okay. I don't know what it was. Bryce Mitchell just like, Silva just beat him up, man. Like, I felt like Silva just controlled the entire fight. He was just like, he wasn't even going 100%. Does that make sense? Like
he was like toying with him, man. He was like looking the other way and showboating.
Yeah, the showboating, the body language.
Yep.
And I don't know, Bryce Mitchell didn't really have an answer for it. That sort of choke comes on so tight. Like
it was beautiful, hey?
Yeah, it comes on so tight. And you could see Bryce Mitchell was in danger for the guillotine every time he went for a takedown.
Yeah.
Like Silva was just looking for it. It looks like he's got the arms and the body language for like a good guillotine. He looks like a guy that can guillotine well.
Yeah.
And obviously he can, right? But yeah, I don't know whether Silva's right now. I don't know whether Silva's just that good that he can go 50% against Bryce and win in that fashion, or if like the showboating, the confidence, the unhingedness kind of lends itself to that kind of aura. And I think it was off-putting for Bryce as well. Bryce just didn't look comfortable in there at any stage of the fight.
But do you agree with him? Javier Mendez thinks Paddy Pimblett deserves a title shot.
A title shot, or he's not ready to face somebody like this now.
Paddy's ready to face anybody. I mean, what he's done already, his credentials, his winning record in the UFC, and his hype, and what he can do, how he can motivate people. If they give him the next title shot, he deserves it because they gave it to him. So whoever they give it to him, they give. You know, and let's see who they give him to. Who gets into the arena with him next? I don't know, but is he worthy? Yes. Yes.
And he's interesting, as you said.
Yes, he's very interesting, and he's got all England behind him, and a lot of America to be behind him. Most of America will be.
Yeah.
He has a lot of fans, right? And I'm a fan. He's you know, I wasn't a big fan at the beginning. I was not. When he fought Jared Gordon, I was like,
Aljamain Sterling calls out Diego Lopez and Gene Silva fires back. Aljamain Sterling is not wasting time at featherweight. Right after UFC 314, he posted a clip on his YouTube channel laying out his hit list, and he's not shy about it.
My 3 top opponents that I would like to fight on my way to trying to eventually fight for a world title. So I would like to see Volkanovski versus Mosar. I think that matchup makes sense. I would love the opportunities for me to fight Diego Lopez next. And then I think maybe Pitbull, maybe he welcomes Aaron Pico to the UFC. And I think it's an opportunity for both these guys to show if they belong. Or, I mean, you can mix them up with somebody else. There's Lerone Murphy there, another undefeated prospect at the weight class. Yair is coming off a win over Pitbull. I can see Yair versus Lerone Murphy or Yair versus Diego Lopez. But then you have Brian Ortega, who's probably not looking to return maybe anytime soon, hopefully by the summer, just to keep the division moving. So those are matchups that interest me. I would either like to fight Diego Lopez or Brian Ortega. I think those are the most logical fights, or Arnold.
But Gene Silva wasn't going to let that slide. Gene Silva immediately clapped back hard saying, "You versus Ortega, me versus Volkanovski. Evaloev fired. This is the right narrative. Let us know if you would like to see this fight happening and who wins. Meanwhile, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you." Dustin Poirier reacts to Paddy Pimblett's big win over Chandler. Meanwhile, Paddy Pimblett just picked up the biggest win of his career, and Dustin Poirier is giving him serious credit. In an interview with MMA Junkie, Dustin admitted saying, "He's legit. How can I deny him anymore? Chandler's a tough guy. I don't think Chandler looked great. He had a good first round, got Paddy down, wrist rode him against the fence, kinda squeaked it out. But he looked flat after that. Heavy on his feet. Exhausted." Then Dustin dropped a line every fan will remember. "Everyone's odometer has a different mileage. Maybe that's Chandler's time now. But only he knows that." He dropped the first round, came out confident, hit Chandler with good shots, took him down. Who would have had that on their bingo card? Paddy took down Chandler and dominated him. He's the real deal. The guy was a prospect. Now he's a contender. Michael Chandler speaks out after loss at UFC 314. After UFC 314, Michael Bisping didn't hold back while talking about Chandler's loss to Paddy. That was a career-killing performance from Michael Chandler. He'll still fight, make money, but no more, see you at the top. It's done. Paddy Pimblett just put an end to all of that. If he was 30 years old, he would have another go. But Chandler isn't done just yet. He posted a photo with the caption, "Never out of the fight. As long as I've got these heartbeats and hands to hold, I've already won." Then he addressed the retirement rumors saying, "Fake news. Hunter and I will talk, but haven't yet." Alex Pereira just released a new training footage and he looked really sharp. Kamaru and Henry praise Alexander Volkanovski. Kamaru Usman had nothing but love for Alexander Volkanovski's UFC 314 performance, but Henry Cejudo sees an opening. Here is what they had to say following Volkanovski's win at UFC 314.
Another thing too about Volkanovski, this guy moved for 25 minutes. You realize that, Henry? Yeah. That was what I found fascinating. I was like, bro, this guy didn't stop moving side to side, side to side. This angle, that angle, 25 minutes, because he knew I couldn't stand there and brawl. Because when you stood there and brawled with this young bull, he's in the moments where he did get caught. He did it a few times to let him know, I'm not scared of you, young bull. But those were the moments where he did get kind of stumbled and caught. But when he was moving, bro, that jab was money. I was so impressed by the concentration and his ability to stay on task and get the job done.
Yeah, 100% I agree with you, Kamaru, but there's one area where I feel like a good striker could expose. Volkanovski leaves his hands down when he's shooting and he comes up. That was one area, and then he's still cocking his head back, and that's a big problem, man, when you go up against a guy like Pico or Gene Silva. If he doesn't correct that, man, like that right hand, like the Taporia, you know, like he could potentially.
What's your take on Volkanovski's performance at UFC 314? Colby Covington might have spilled the beans on the UFC's International Fight Week lineup. On a random stream, he weighed in saying,
End of June.
End of June.
So like 2 months from now.
Okay.
So,
who's
they haven't announced it, but I think it's going to be Makhachev and Tapora.
Oh, that's going to be a crazy one.
It's going to be a sick fight.
That's going to be.
They're talking about maybe putting the co-main as who's the co-main? I think the 85 title fight between DDP, Dricus Duplessis versus Khamzat Chimaev.
That's a crazy card.
If that's true, this could be one of the craziest cards of this year. Israel Adesanya training with Sean O'Malley. In other news, Israel Adesanya just posted footage of himself training with Sean O'Malley. Who would you like Alexander Volkanovski to fight next? And should Michael Chandler consider retirement after the devastating loss at UFC 314? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment down in the comment section. And if you enjoyed the updates, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily MMA news. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.